Oh, it's Scott Manley here with possibly the last episode of Shenzhen IO. I don't know, but this seems to be a pretty final puzzle. It's the last entry in the supplemental documents that came with the game. Lilywu says this is the big one. It's the safety net tracking badge. It's from Sun Haoshin himself. There are specs in the back of the manual, which I have perused with great interest. It basically involves a sector map, and I've got to create a gizmo which will report locations and also play audio. So this looks quite complicated. We have a radio receiver, we have a cryptographic key, we have radar sync and radar ping, and those actually correspond to sync and ping on the map. And we have a speaker output, and the idea is that we get sync and ping, that figures out the location. Radio RX and TX is for talking. Speaker is for playing audio. When a data packet is received with a value of 1, it should be treated as a length prefixed audio data and played over speaker. When the data packet is received and begins with a value of 2 and specifies the ID of the badge should respond with the current sector. Yay! The user's location can be determined when a radar ping pulse is detected by correlating the current heading and distance from the central tracking radar with the sector map. Okay, so the sector, oh good, they have a little sector map here, just as your lucky comes down and jangles in the background. So this is like a distance, and there is sync values, right? So sync is 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And of course, me looking at this ahead of time, I figured out based upon the data in the supplemental thing that I can probably do this with a ROM. So I can have sync going, I can have basically 2 different distances and 12 or 6 different syncs. So I think, and here's what I think. Should I do it this way? Yeah, let's do it this way. Oh, that's actually going to work really nice. Oh, this is so elegant. Look at how beautiful. Not a single wasted bit of board there. Okay. So we're going to just start working on the location. And I guess the radar ping comes in here. Okay, so now we only want to update the location when we get a radar ping. So if our test greater than 0, P1... Our test is equal to 0, right? P1, if P1 is equal to 0, jump to sleep. Right, and sleep 1, we don't need to do anything. Now, what we do need to do is we need to take the sync value and turn it into an offset. So we're going to move P1 into the accumulator. Now, what we can do is we can do mod 10 on this, right? That means that we divide by 10 and take the remainder. Now, the only problem with that is that 0 and 10 are this, or 0 and 100 are the same. So I'm going to check if the accumulator is equal to 100. If it is, I'm going to move the value of 10 into the accumulator. Otherwise, we're going to get DGT digit 1, and that way we've basically divided by 10 and without having a divider. Isn't that cool? Yes. So that's very useful because of course now we've converted this to offsets into this thing. So this will be sync 0, so I can put in the value 600 and 600. Now the next thing we need to do is check to see if the ping is correct. So if the ping is greater than 50, then we'll move it, right? So TGT P0 50. If so, we're going to add 1 to the accumulator. And if it's greater than or equal to 80, so if it's actually TGT P0 79, we are going to set our value off to the end. We're going to actually move the value of 12 into the accumulator. Finally, once we've done all this, we're going to move the accumulator into my address line, which is X1, and move the stuff on the read line, 8X0, into the DAT register, right? So that will continually update with the location, and it should look pretty good. So 600, So let's have some more logic here. Yay for more logic. This will do transmit and receive here. This will read data here. And this will send stuff to the speaker here. So then the real question is... So this is going to have to send, I think, let me just check. Information, radio. When a data begins a value of 1, the data should be sent. When it is a 2 and it specifies the ID of the badge, it should respond. So here's an example, value 2, and then it sends back the location, which is here. So this is going to have to tell this the location. Either that or this is going to have to tell this to send it, but I don't have enough room on this to send it. So let's try making this happen. So because it's an X bus, one of the problems is that I can't like pull the data. So this thing is going to have, and I can't encode it onto an analog line either because it's not in the range 0 to 100. So let's do this. Let's move. First thing we should do is grab our stuff at the start of every loop and move X3 into my DAT register because why not? Then we are gonna test this first value, right? So we're gonna test TCP X0 and we're gonna compare it against 1. And if it is greater than 1, we're gonna jump to the report location, right? So that's RPT. And all that's going to say is... wait a second. X2, X3. It's going to compare X0. Okay, so that's be TEQ X0, X2. If so, it's going to move the value of DAT into X1. So maybe we don't need this read. We definitely need to make sure this read always happens. Right, otherwise we want to throw stuff into null. And I need to know whether I need to do that update or not. Okay, we'll think about that. So the other thing we're going to need is like a sleep, right? So that'll be like sleep 1. Actually, you know, technically I could always make that happen. Okay, so if it's 0, yeah, or sorry, if it's less than 0, we jump to sleep. And that will mean that we don't do anything. Now, the middle bit is we are going to replay out our sound. So one way to do this, of course, is to throw the value into the accumulator and decrement it each cycle. Or I could just throw away this digit and then write the data until I see -999. Shall I do it I'm worried there might be a test case that might break this. So let's move the value in X0 into the accumulator. And now do the loop LP. So now we're going to move X0 into P1. And then sub, then we're going to sleep 1, and then we're going to do a TGT test if greater than accumulator is greater than 0. If so, we're going to jump back to LP. Oh, yeah, and we need to decrement, that's the only thing. Sub 1, right? That should sort of work. Let's see what happens. Oh, and part's not sleeping. Why is it not sleeping? We're moving X3 into the DAT. Let's see what happens. What? Come on, move it. Oh, well, of course, we're not actually writing this out. We're not actually moving this across. Oh, and very important, actually, sleep. Oh no, we're not doing that. We're going to move SLP. The sleep should also move the value of DAT into X2. So we keep pinging this thing with our location, right? Our current location. Let's do that. Okay, that's kind of working. But also note that we do not have the correct initialization here. And we are blocked on... This is writing, and this is not reading. Okay, so that's... This could be a problem. So what's going on, what's going to happen here is I need to initialize this to 50 and I need to reset it to 50, and I also need to make sure that I'm reading this value every cycle. So I'm feeling that I might not be able to actually fit all this in, given I've only got one free instruction right now. So then this wouldn't have to handle the receiving of this would just have to handle the signaling. Okay, actually let's go with that route, right? And you know what, I'm gonna just fast forward through this little bit while my OCD gets satisfied as I try to make all the links work exactly the way I want to. Yes, there's a lot of connecting and reconnecting and then deciding that perhaps I should have connected something a different way. And then realizing that actually I didn't need to connect that cable at all, and that basically I'm somehow creating some sort of modern art instead of some sort of technological device. Then this is where it gets... So we don't need the repeat here. But what we do need to do is we need to move a 0 value on x3. Or we could do minus 999, whatever, right? And then if we're doing nothing, then we jump to sleep and we do that. Now, okay, now. So we move the value to the accumulator, we send the thing, we sub thing, we send that, and then we move the value in the sleep. We move the value 50 into P1. So we reset our thing. Finally, okay, so we're moving this value to x3 instead. So this has to read from both of these. So what am I going to do? I'm going to move x3 into the accumulator, and then I'm going to do a test equals x2 with x3. And if that's the case, we're going to move the value of the accumulator into x1. And then we're going to sleep 1. That should be that. Let's see how this works. And we block right away. That's good. That's great. Move x0. x0, because I've got that wrong. A part is blocked. Okay, what's happening here? Oh, of course, this thing is its own little loop, and that means that this thing needs to be able to send a ping value here. So, move x3 to... Oh. Move 0 to x3. There we go. Okay, that's working. That's working. And simulate. And I am now Employee of the Month. Oh, production cost. I think there's ways to improve on this. I think I could definitely improve on my power usage. My lines of code are apparently pretty close to the lower limit for most people. Let us return to the email. Thank you. As you know, it has been long been my dream to see our company compete at the very top level of electronics engineering firms. With this contract delivered, we are finally there. I'm excited to see what Sun Haoshin has been working on, and even more excited about continuing to supply. We can relax or be complacent, but we can at least celebrate this achievement. Come by the break room today for a free cream puff. Wow, I'm so proud to work here, Joe. Okay, an invitation. Dear engineer, Sun at Avalon. This dude has his own TLD, huh? How would you like a chance to work at a world-class peers that are top problems facing humanity today, unfettered by provincial governments or corporate hierarchies, i.e. working for an evil genius? Introducing my latest project, Avalon City. Avalon. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. A new idea for organizing human life that combines citizenship and employment into a single concept. It's a corporate state. Avalon City is a city-state and transnational corporation rolled into one. Physically, it takes the form of an advanced, autonomous, networked city. If it's autonomous, why do they need employees? The citizen employees of Avalon City are scientists and engineers at the top of their fields, recruited from around the globe. It is here that we work on problems like reversing climate change, developing true clean energy, and solving disease and aging. You may find my ideas fanciful, but consider the fact that 50 years ago, Shenzhen was nothing but a marshy backwater. In less than one lifetime, the area underwent a complete transformation into one of the world's largest megacities and global capital of commerce and technology. It's a demonstration of just how much human ingenuity can accomplish when large numbers of people work together towards a common goal. Avalon City will continue that legacy. Although you'd think that being, Chinese, he might take something from Chinese mythology rather than, say, British mythology. Yeah. As a token of thanks for the efforts of the Avalon project and as recognition of the brilliant engineering you have done to make it possible, I am pleased to offer you citizenship employment in Avalon City. Please bear in mind this is an invitation extended to only a select few. I see. If you purchased now is the time to open the sealed envelope that you were mailed. Ooh, my goodness. Okay, so Shenzhen IO, it says, private and confidential, do not open until instructed. Now is the time to open the sealed envelope. And this is actually going to be very hard because I'm holding the envelope with one hand. She'll turn it over. Confidential. This is part of Avalon City. And I'm trying to not tear it. Oh, come on. There we go. Sun Haoshan seal. Now, what do we have in here? We have Shenzhen, electronic manufacturing capital. Nice little postcards. That's great. And what else? I have my certificate of expedited citizenship application. This individual listed hereunder has been specially recommended for citizenship of the independent Principality of Avalon City under ACICO 3227, important and highly skilled persons. This is therefore hereby accorded the right to expedited citizenship application and processing procedures described therein. Sun Haoshan, President. In the Independent Principality. There we go. Present this. We have a little serial number and everything here. And you know what? I hope these unique serial numbers are not... Okay, that's it. Well, yes. Okay, so that's that. Woohoo! Go me! Let's see this happen. You will not lose access to any puzzles, but there will be no going back. Whoa! It's now called Avalon IO. So what did I accomplish in Shenzhen? Engineering stories aren't like movie stories. I didn't find love or save the world or anything like that. But it brought me here. To the start of something new. Or maybe something good. Or maybe a disaster. But no matter what the future holds, there's one thing I know. One thing I can always count on. I'm a damn good engineer. Shenzhen IO, but a game by Zachtronics. Oh yeah, Zach Barth, you drive me crazy in a good way, but not in, the sexy way, and the more like you really make my brain go crazy. Oh look, it's Avalon City, and everything looks way more cool, but the solitaire game has come with me. I guess I still need to beat it 100 times if I want to get all the achievements. I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.